Here's 2nd and 10. Staying on the ground. This time it's Smith. And here's another tackle made at the line. So they're converging well on the football now. The linebacker C.J. Mosley in on the stop.
It's 3rd and 10.
Two runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10. From the gun, Jackson. He finds Roberts, complete. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Not today, you are. Not today.
Now it's Smith running right. Takes this one across the 35 to the 36, a gain of about 4.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need. Do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
What we got? What we got? What we got?
On the counter, it's Smith. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the first down.
A first down carry for Smith. And a good burst there gets him 7 up to midfield. Well, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Just like that.
From midfield now, here's Jackson. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. They just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there. On first down, Smith. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. So add that tackle for a loss to the 2 that he had a week ago.
And you know what he's doing right now?
Smiling?
Yeah, definitely doing that. But he's also patting his guys on the back, his defensive front, because they're keeping him clean, meaning no one's getting to him as a blocker. He's able to run to the football, and the plays he's making, he's spilling them in the offensive backfield.
It's a gain of 3.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
On third down, Jackson being chased out left. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the first down marker. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to fourth down.
Justin Tucker on for the field goal. A 57-yard attempt.
And that one will be no good. He never had it on line. It's well wide to the left. Tucker named the league's all-pro kicker for the 3rd time in 2018.
Go ahead and admit it. The only time that you get excited about Justin Tucker kicking is when he actually misses.
It's
and excited is not the right word. Surprise is more what we're talking about. 90.1% coming into 2019. He's incredible.
Looks like he's going to get a couple here on this first down carry, and that'll make it 2nd and 8. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
He's going to air one out for Anderson, and that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
It's caught by Quincy Enunwa. And this won't be enough. A good secured tackle, and they stop him a few yards shy at the 46.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. The partner just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season. The playoffs are not in their future. As they start to peer toward the offseason, what moves might they make?
I think the running back position, and I know we talk all the time about the NFL being a passing league.
Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted, thrown back across his body. Picked off near the 26, and he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a jet touchdown. Here's Chandler Catanzaro for the extra point. Footing likely going to be an issue all night here on a rainy night, but this one is good. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Back to the air, Jackson following the pick 6. Pass this incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. A handoff to Smith. And an alley to run. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A gain of 13. It's a first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll run it now with Smith. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
You got three down.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Check out.
39-yard line.
Jackson options out left. And no pitch there and no chance either as he's brought down behind the line of scrimmage.
I don't think there's any doubt that if it's me, I'd be really cautious about continuing to call this play because you got to know, defenders, if they get a free shot at the QB, they want to take it, and they want to take it big.
And they got it there on the option play for a loss.
Watch out.
To throw on 3rd down, Jackson eluding the pressure right. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. Second quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession, but likely not for long as they're in punt formation to kick it away. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away.
Let's go. Let's do it.
1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. The shotgun snap for Darnold. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 46. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. Good starting field position for him as they come up 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Smith. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are. Figure out the things that they really want to accomplish and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
Check 99. Check 99.
On 2nd down, here's Smith. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. The Jets will bring in a nickel set here as they try to stop this 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 8.
53 is the mic. Yeah, let's get a sack lunch.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Andrews.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. Here's Sam Cook now as he'll punt it away for the second time. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
And from that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And they've got themselves a 7-0 lead here, but that, you recall, was a defensive touchdown, so still nothing as of yet for this offense.
Well, they're happy to have the lead. We've got to cut them a little bit of slack. It's still early enough, just a couple of drives so far, but if this one goes nowhere, those adjustments that we talk about, they shouldn't wait for halftime. They should go ahead and start working on them right now.
Much more room to operate under after the big play. Here's 1st and 10. Out of the pistol, it's Bell. Marlon Humphrey with the tackle defensively.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
On second down now, it's Bell, and he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Bell, of course, 3-time 1,000-yard rusher. Sat out 2018, but you look back to 2017, a tick under 1,300 yards and almost 700 more receiving. Darnold off the play fake to Bell. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
Back to the air, Darnold on second down. Throw left side, complete. That's Hodges.
And partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Darnold down to throw. He finds his target. It's Crowder. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 37. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the second quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum, because now they're reading their patterns downfield. They're understanding the coverages, and they're finding
blitz coming, and down he goes. Shane Ray came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Darnold. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
And Darnold, he lost the football, but fortunately he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble.
Well, that was a big oops right there, but how about his ability to correct it? Loses the football, able to get it back himself.
Yeah, pounced right back on it, keeps possession. Now Edwards to kick as he sends it away. Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Dancing to his left. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. They almost had it. The big D lineman nearly had an interception. Instead, it falls down incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. To throw is Jackson. Over the middle, complete. It's Andrews. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give them 17 on that pickup.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10.
I'm here all day. 53's the mark. 53. Check 53.
To throw is Jackson. Going to throw again. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Andrews. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 16 yards, a first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And Jackson throwing once more. And he is going to be run down. What a disaster there. A huge loss. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Now Jackson. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Andrews. They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and a mile.
Slam. That's it. Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53.
Here's Jackson to throw. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Intended for Mark Andrews. Incomplete. It's 4th down.
And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. Here we go on 4th down with Jackson. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Vernon Hargraves with a pick. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Time remaining for likely one final play. You're on your side of the field, but, yeah, heck, maybe it's... Rush coming, and he's taken down. So we've reached halftime with just the lone touchdown here. 7-0 is our score. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Okay, Coach. Appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
Let's go.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had ability to see what you've done, they're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
A 7-yard pickup. Brings up second and
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. From the 50, it's Darnold. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. They'll try the right side with Bell. And an alley to run. Past the 20. Le'Veon Bell. Kiss him goodbye. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Le'Veon Bell with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Jets will extend their lead. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. Now Catanzaro after the touchdown to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. They go back to the ground with Smith. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll fake the give to Ingram. Now Jackson forced out to his left. He can run for it, and he will. Jackson always a threat to run. He's got the first down. He was the NFL's leading rusher among QBs a year ago. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
6 guys. Check 6 guys. 57.
Play action. It's Jackson. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Anthony Brown. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. That is now 7 interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
20! And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. 31 yards there and a 1st down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set.
And he lost the football, and it's picked up by the Ravens. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And maybe that one caused by the weather. Of course, the rain coming down. Charles, can you maybe, when you're carrying that football, grip it too tight in the rain?
I think that you can, and it's such a delicate balance, too, because when you grip it so tight, sometimes it'll slip out from your body. You squeeze it too hard, and it'll pop out on its own. I've actually had running backs talk to me about that when they've tried too hard, even in perfect conditions, the ball gets away from them. They've got to find that good balance, carrying it firmly, yet at the same time under control.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Throwing again. Jackson. Caught by Snead over the middle. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 16 yards, a first down. Now Jackson on first down. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. The linebacker, C.J. Mosley, there in coverage.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
He's going to sling this deep down, and that's caught inside the 35. That goes for a gain of 31. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well and get a few stops.
And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
It's a pickup of 3.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost his bread and butter. It's a good running back dive play.
They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when you're
a battle for it, and it's intercepted. Anthony Averett picks it, and they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
Okay, partner, no surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run. You have to make sure you keep your footing underneath you.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down. Jackson now, perfect since the second half started, 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. The throw here to Andrews, the tight end. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 11 yards there, just like last play. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Mark Andrews, there. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Jackson now, throwing again. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Intended for Mark Andrews. Incomplete. Brings up 3rd down and 10.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. To throw again is Jackson. His throw caught at about the 5. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down. They'll come out in the pistol. Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. Back now in Baltimore. It's the Ravens with possession of the football, but trailing on the big board as we get set for the 4th. They come out here in the eye. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They'll run for it here with Smith. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. Smith try to run for it. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. What a game this defense continues to play, huh?
Yeah, they've been aggressive from the first snap, and they've controlled this ball game. But right now, if you're on the other side of the ball, you've got to match that aggressiveness. No points so far in this game. Moving the football, got to be that way to go against them and try and get some points on the board.
And I'm curious on the defensive side if they stay aggressive, because you know they want to pitch this shutout.
Yeah, they have to be aggressive, but they also have to be smart about it as well, because one mistake can turn into 6 points.
I want to go back to something you said in the first quarter about winning.
Is it a positive?
It is a positive.
Okay.
About winning the turnover battle. As a visiting team, as an underdog, you were right. They've done just that, and look where it's gotten them.
It's part of the formula. When you go on the road, as you mentioned, being an underdog, winning the turnover battle is a big key, and this one's playing out in this one.
Flushed out right. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 28, 30. The 20. And it's a touchdown for the Jets. Point after now from Catanzaro. And it is now 21-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Jackson from the shotgun. Snead's got it. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Jackson. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. Jackson on 1st down. It's complete to Snead. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. The Raven passing game getting in sync. Another 1st down. Jackson and the offense come up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Now Jackson to throw again. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down.
That's good. Baltimore, first down.
53, check 53.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. And now here is another interception. Picked off down near the 5. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And it's a touchdown for the Jets.
Let's go.
Catanzaro now for the extra point. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is fielded at the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming. So negative yardage, a loss of 3 on second down, and that leads to a tough third down call. From the gun, Jackson. Flush to his right. And my goodness, another interception. Vernon Hargraves with a pick. The number 7 usually lucky here, not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he had won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career, but when you're talking about one game, 7, you're right, not lucky at all.
Yeah, Ty Detmer, the last to do it in 2001, to throw 7 picks. On second and 7, Darnold. Anuno's got it, complete. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 11 yards there, first down. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up first and 10. This is Bell, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. They've got a second down now as they look to salt this one away. Again, it's Bell. And once again, they stop him behind the line. Great job by this Ravens defense. It's a loss of 2, now third down. Finally, defensively, they have a little clip to show positive for actually stopping him running the football.
It's been a really long night for them, hasn't it? So they got a little bit of a win there, but let's face it, the vision that he's had running the football has carried his feet to the open spaces and the big yardage all night long.
They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage, and tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to young.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Tim Williams came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage. They'll try again on second and goal after going backwards to the 12. Instead of running, Darnold's going to throw this thing. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Tony Jefferson. And nothing there on the return. They got the football, but they'll have to start this drive at their own 4-yard line.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 4.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once we were down huge.
And now here's another interception. Picked off by Anthony Brown.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it. Got an open man. It's a noon one. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. Give them 19 there as the drive marches forward.
1st down, Jets.
Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Now one final throw here is incomplete, and that is how this one will come to an end. So it's a victory here for the New York Jets, and this was truly a total team effort, Charles, on both sides of the ball.
Well, they absolutely pitched a shutout, so it can't get much better than that, right? The defense led the way, but the offense did their part as well. They moved the ball up and down the field, so you've got to like what you saw. What do they call that? A total team effort? I think when it's time to hand out game balls, guys from both sides will end up getting one.
So for the Jets, their battle to finish 500 gets a slight lift as they move to 6-8 on the year. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, they drop their 10th game now to fall to 4-10. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as